Outer Orange.
Hey guys, Previous here. Welcome back to a video. One of my friends, actually, one of my closest friends, we're gonna call him Star Wars Man because I don't want to give his identity away. I don't know how he feels about it, but he's really into Star Wars. He knows who he is. So Star Wars Man recently moved, one of my closest guy friends, to a different city. He's in Kansas now. So he was someone I actually got him into Vanguard. He's a really big Aquaforce player, and he hasn't touched Vanguard since the pandemic started, pretty much. We used to go to the shop together, we used to game together, all this stuff. He has not touched it at all. And so he gave me all of his cards. So today we're going to spend some time and look through the deck boxes that he specifically gave me. We're gonna go back in time to pretty much 2019-2020 era, a bit before the pandemic started, see what kind of decks people were building back then. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch into my card screen. Well, fun fact, guys, one of my cameras just literally busted, so we're gonna be only having a one camera type thing here, but we'll work with it, And so here I have some of the deck boxes. We're just gonna go through his collection. His main deck boxes, I think, are right here. So let's go and see what we have here. So we have our first one here. This is, I believe, Aquaforce, right? Yeah, it looks like it's Aquaforce. And we got some nice, wow, he really got the fancy Excel markers. Then you got the less fancy ones coming up. And then we got Excel 1. We actually went to the regionals tournament together. I think he picked up another one or someone gave it to him, but we went to the regionals 2019 tournament, so that's where those came from. And then we got actual things, and then we have the actual deck. So let's go ahead and kind of organize it out, and then we can actually look and see what old Aquaforce used to look like. Alright guys, so kind of back here, I'm gonna kind of differentiate this a little bit. So he used to run the 4 PGs, the old perfect cards. This is before Sentinels were even a thing. I see he ran one draw, and the rest are crits. So that's like mainly his trigger pile right here. And then of course we have the 4 heals, so I'll put them back here. So this is actually a Revon build, and fun fact about this Revon build is he actually runs the shiny card. This is the super expensive Revon shiny card. I actually don't know how much it is now. But that's like one of the shiny ones that he has. Next he runs for the grade 2, he runs Coral Assault, 4 copies. He also has the shiny Algos. He has the 2 shiny Algos in the regular. Funny story about these. Funny story about about these cards, actually. But so the way I got him into Vanguard was by getting the trial deck of Aquaforce, and funnily enough, one of the pulls he had was actually the shiny one, the shiny boy with all the extra flair to it. And then later on, he actually got a free trial deck again, and he pulled the second one too. So he actually, both copies were pulled completely through luck, funnily enough. But back in, so he runs 4 of the Algos. We'll put Algos right here, and then he runs 2 of the Tidal Assaults, and we got our 4 Glalis. Going to the grade 1s, there is 4 Narissa right here, and then we have Stormbrider Nicholas. Nicholas is like a searcher card. He runs Wheel Assault, 2 copies. Wheel Assault used to be expensive, that's probably why he only runs 2 now, or maybe you don't need to. He also runs the SP version of Beargeos, Blue Wave Soldier Senior Beargeos, and he runs 4 copies of that. And this is pretty much one of the Aquaforce decks back then. He did used to have a strictly Maelstrom deck, and I kind of wonder if we're going to be seeing it here, because this is the Revon deck specifically. But pretty interesting stuff. It's really kind of funny to see this all old school, and actually Aquaforce, I didn't realize just how blue and pretty it is. It's a very blue deck. I've never played Aquaforce myself, so it's just interesting to see. We're going to go ahead and put this one to the side. That's one deck down. Got quite a few to go, so that's why I'm kind of going by, and I will talk about decks that I'm familiar with. Aquaforce is definitely not a deck I know. I know how to fight against it, but I don't spend the time. Oh, I missed one more of the Wheel Assault, so 1 more Wheel Assault, 3 Wheel Assaults. Quite a few decks to go through in here. I believe he was a new Batama player as well. I also have this random standalone thing. I don't know what's in here. Let's see. We got, looks like it's a random Royals deck. I don't know what the heck it does, but yeah, it's just a... Let's look through this. This is a literally weird looking deck. I don't even know if it's a deck, to be honest with you guys, but... Alright, so here's the full deck here. It's a very weird deck. This one runs, I believe, all 12 crits, so it runs 12 crits. The grade 3 is the Hygienist, which is Soul Blast 2, grade 3 is to calling a number of cards. And those you need to get 10k, and then until your turn, if your opponent were to call 3 or more rear guards when you, oh wait, if you have 3 or more rear guards when your opponent would call units from his or her hand, they must call 2 or more. So this is the guard restrict, and then let's see what this guy does. This is our weird card right here. So let's see, this is Filled Feather Dragon, Counterblast, Soul Blast 3, draw cards equal to the number of your open rearguard circles and call the same number of cards out. Very interesting cards, a really good way to kind of, you know, cycle through really fast. I don't see where the soul charging comes into all this, because all these cards require a lot of soul charging. So here's Barian. When your other rearguard is placed, this unit gets 3k. Once per turn, if your damage zone has more cards than your opponent, Soul Blast, discard a card and draw 2 cards. Just a nice way to draw if you're at an advantage of, you know, your triggers. He runs Blaster Blade. I'm assuming for the crit. He runs the Sage. I believe this is a Sage or oh sorry, Baron. Yeah, Grey Sage Baron, which is just a nice way to gain extra crits. Just a really rare card. You put it into Soul, give something else a crit with a CB. And then we run the, of course, a lot of people know, the Loading Angel. You run 4 copies. It's just another way to draw if you have a full board. I am missing a heal trigger somewhere. I'm sure it's floating around. I really doubt he runs 3 crits. I mean 3 heals. That'd be kind of weird. Maybe he does just to be edgy, I don't really know. There's the 4 PGs here, then we have this card. A lot of these cards require Soul Blasting, so I have no idea how this would work. When it attacks or boosts, if your guys a grade 3 or greater, Soul Blast to get 10k. So another Soul Blasting card, which requires Soul. So when your grade 3 is placed, put this into Soul, draw a card, call a card. So then we have this, this is Lucius for that skill. So this gives you Soul, this gives you Soul, but everything else like hella depletes your Soul. So I do wonder how, this gives you Soul too. I do wonder how this all works. This gives you the extra draw, so I kind of see. If it were me, I would definitely run a little bit more soul charging stuff, maybe take out some of these, just to give the extra soul. But I'm sure it's just a budget deck that he's playing around with. I don't think he took this too seriously. But Random Royals budget deck, here it is. So let's go ahead and put it away. Okay, so we have a Shadow deck. And it's actually really well sleeved, so like this actually is maybe this one's legit, I don't know. It's got the Dragon Shield sleeves on it, and personally, if I see Dragon Shield sleeves, I think the deck's legit. It is legit. It's actually a Clarence Sword deck. It's the old Clarence Sword deck. So let's go ahead and look through it here. Alright, so I'm back here. Let me just organize it out for you. So this does have actually some high rarity in here. It's probably why they're so specially sleeved, but we'll talk about the high rarity here in a second. So it does run the 8, it runs 12 crits, and it runs the grade 1 PGs. So this is 12 crit, 4 heal with the triggers. Next we have obviously Clarence Sword, and he runs every version, I think, of Clarence Sword in here. So he's got the regular Clarence Sword, he's got the SVR Clarence Sword, he has the Weakness is a Sin Clarence Sword, and then he also has, oh, another SVR Clarence Sword. So a lot of different variations of Clarence Sword. It's the only grade 3. Shadow Pound is actually another card I'm not too familiar with, but it's very shiny. So here's Murren Spear Dragon. He runs 4 copies of that. I know what this deck does though. This deck is all about the grade 1s. Then he runs Mecha, it's 2, or Matcha, 4 copies of Matcha, and Dark Pride Dragon, 4 copies. After that is just straight grade 1s. So of course he runs the PG grade 1s. And then he runs the strong card, this girl right here. This is the Searcher, the Barwin Searcher. He runs all 4 of that. And then he runs 3 copies, I believe, of this girl. This is a Swordbreaker. And then he runs, obviously, Nemain, and that's 3 copies of Nemain. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole. By the way, probably should have mentioned this, but all these decks are V premium decks, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he has some premium decks, and if he does, I guess. Oh, he also runs 4 copies of the other Searcher. Clarence Sword Searcher, or whatever the other one is, Spear Dragon. So yeah, so lots of grade 1s, and yeah, very interesting deck. I've never actually played with Shadow Paladins. I may just try this out just for the lulz with my roommate and see how I feel about that. But very fun to see. Old Clarence Sword in action. Very good stuff. Here we have Dark Irregulars. This is probably, oh, so this is super cute. So this Dark Irregulars card, this DI stuff, let me pop up. This is actually a birthday present that we got. Me and his friends got him a birthday present, and we signed one of his protect markers with our names on them. You can't really see it as well here. The names are on there, but I hard to tell because we kind of started with the marker, but we made a special marker for him, and we created this deck for him and all this fun stuff just so he can have it for his birthday. It was a really fun. We got the deck box for him too. He likes Pokemon to some degree, so we got him a little Pokemon deck box. So speaking of the deck boxes that we've seen so far, we've seen the dungeon. Is it okay to pick up girls in the dungeon? One of my favorite shows that I've recently watched that I absolutely love. We've got the Volt Lock box. I think I'm the one that bought him this. I love this deck box. It's actually really nice. And then we just had a really weird kind of like, I don't know what this is. It looks like, oh, it's right here. So it's a Legion deck box. So yeah. Anyway, back to Darky Riggers. But yeah, so we actually, it was me. And it was mainly me that created it, and my friends actually did the work of, like, we all put the work together to buy it for him, but I'm pretty sure I'm the one that created the deck, but I don't know if he's changed it since. It's very possible that he has, because he did get into DI after the change. So yeah. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it even has Hard Leg in here. You know this is old when it's got a Hard Leg in here. Hard Leg is banned. If anyone doesn't know, Hard Leg is a hard ban. That card is gone. It got banned the same time that Flanger got banned, so the card is gone. So this is old, before the Hard Leg ban type of deck style here we got going on. Oh, he has a lot of grade 3s. Like, I think he changed it since I last messed around with it, because I don't remember having all these grade 3s in here. But I don't know, it's possible. It's been literally over a year, so. And I know he didn't competitively play this, he just kind of played it for the funds. So this deck runs 4 draw, 8 crit, and 4 draw PG, sorry. 4 draw PG, 8 crit, and the 4 heals, very standard. Let's look through the grade 3s. The grade 3s, it's a lot of grade 3s. So, he runs Brufus, NOK, Number of Terror, Master of the 5th Element. Oh my gosh, what doesn't he run? Does he run like a Rainbow Synergy? I think he runs like a Rainbow Synergy here. So he runs 2 of the Number of Terror, 2 of Variant Drag Form, runs 1 Master Element, 4 Brufus, and 4 NOK. So it's like the ultimate like Oonga Boonga. And then he runs the, because I actually do know some of these cards pretty well. He runs the Icicle Resistance, the 3 Hard Leg, 4 Emblem Masters, 4 Yellow Bolts, 4 of Alluring. Yeah, Alluring Succubus, and 4 of the Killer Tail. And then, of course, the starter, one of the cutest starters in the whole game. So yeah, this is pretty standard. This list, especially back then, I don't know about all these grade 3s, but this list is actually pretty standard of like of what DI used to look before Shakaroto came out and started wrecking everybody with the insane draw. I do miss Hard Leg. I think Hard Leg really made the deck just way more annoying. I know a lot of people don't like it. I miss Flanger too. Like, I feel like Flanger and Hard Leg should come back. But that's just me. The cards were kind of obnoxious, and a lot of people will definitely disagree with me on that. So I don't know. Alright, so next deck we have here is whatever's in here. So let's see. This is a Persona Animation deck box. I actually have a similar one to match. I think I actually gave it to a friend of mine. There's actually 2 decks in here, so I think these are both kind of like proxy decks, meaning they're not fully complete, or they're like semi-complete, meaning they're like missing stuff. So I don't know if we're gonna go through the whole trend of this, but here we have an Angel Feather deck pretty much. I know for a fact that he wasn't as big into these, meaning like, see, that he was kind of proxying some stuff out. Since I don't know exactly what he was proxying, I'm just kind of go through it. But this is old Malik Malek with the Zerakiel and Protect 2 combo. So what you do here is you pretty much Zerakiel to get multiple Protect markers to kind of get the groove going faster. And here's the starter with that. And then there's also some random stuff in here that he just has. He also has a Pale Moon deck, probably in a similar situation. I know he's missing Irenas in this one, and I'll actually probably be reconstructing this, as I have all the Pale Moon stuff needed except the actual Lukiers. So I'll probably reconstruct this, but this is old Lukier, except it's missing the Irina. Oh no, it has Irina in here. So again, I think this is everything, but he runs like the Beast Tamer. And this is back when Dorian was not, this is back when Dorian was restricted actually, so he does not have the extra Dorians in here. So it's just a pretty basic, very straightforward old Silverthorn list. But I know these are kind of like in weird proxy form, so I don't know what was going on. I know he wasn't like actually testing these. They're just kind of like extra decks that he'd had. So I'm not gonna go super crazy into the death of these, as it just doesn't make sense to. It wasn't like, I know his Aqua Force and DI, and the other ones he kind of actually like spend the time and effort to like actually perfect the decks, whereas these are kind of just more I think someone gave them to him or something like that, so he was just kind of messing around with them. Next we have a Mega Man box, and let's see what's inside the Mega Man box. Don't know, but it has a random Silverthorn unit. It's actually the shiny one. I'll be definitely looking forward to throwing that in one of my decks. So this one's actually a new Batomalist, so let's go ahead and see what this new Batomalist has got for us. We got some Protect markers, Mega Man, and then here we go. It might actually be in order. I think this one is in order. So we have our four draw PGs. Put them to the side here. Got our 8 crits, heals, and then so this is all the triggers. What kind of sleeves are these? Oh. So I'm trying to kind of make it neater. Okay, then we have our grade. I'm gonna put the grade 1s. So we have our grade 1s here. Grade 2s here, more grade 1s, even more grade 1s. We'll talk about these in a sec. I actually have a new Batama deck that I was thinking about upgrading, but because of all the promo stuff going on, I reconsidered doing that, at least anytime soon. Well, actually, I think this is the exact same deck that I have, funnily enough. Alright, so this is the Korikongo deck list here that he has. It's going with the Void Master, the 2 copies of him, and then the kind of like one of the main cool cards, which is Koshi Karazu that you can work with, and then there's the Gracie. I'm not going to name all these, as they're kind of they kind of have like really long names. But pretty much the concept of this is you just force your opponent to discard a lot. And you pretty much work off of that, but this is super old. This is one of those decks where your grade 1s and grade 2s have like only rearguard skills. There's this guy that has a rearguard Vanguard skill, but most of them are rearguard only, if not mistaken. And that's kind of like you literally just don't do much for a turn. However, I think he has the main card in here that actually I don't have, which is the Magatsu Gale. Counterblast, Soul Blast, draw a card, so you get 6k at the end of an attack. Put this into your soul to return one of your rearguards to hand. I actually don't have this card, so it's actually a nice one. That's a rearguard skill. My deck does not even have this card. It just has like these two and just some other things. But yeah, pretty much some counter charging going on and ways to get your opponent to discard and kind of end it with this card and go crazy with it. It gets you have to Soul Blast before this and discard 2 Sentinels to even activate it, but if you do, it does pretty much finish off the game. And that's the new Batama list that he has in here. And that's pretty much all the deck types of things. I think the rest I'm going to be showing you guys is just random singles and stuff that he just had. So let's go ahead and go through that real quick. And I'm not going to go through his comments because yes, he does have a whole thing of comments, but we're not going to touch that. However, I do want to touch on what's in this bag. So the first thing that was in this bag was this deck box that I showed you guys earlier, which had the that weird Royals deck. There's a lot of random stuff in here. I just kind of want to see like what it is. We're not going to go crazy into it. I just want to see what the heck's in here. Just so what else he gave me through. So it looks like he gave me some sleeves, just extra sleeves that he wasn't using, which I'm pretty excited to go through. They're just black and Dragon Shield sleeves, so we're not gonna look too far into that. But in here, looks like we got some random cards in here. Looks like we got some shadow stuff that he was plotting. We got a crit trigger. Oh, this is some premium stuff. Looks like we do have, I see. So he's got his Aquaforce Premium stuff in here, so that's probably what he was preparing for, to build out Aquaforce Premium. Because it does look like it's got old and new cards in here. Mainly old, maybe new ones is what I'm seeing. Also we see some Murakumo, and then he's got some sleeve stuff here. I guess he was planning on building the Weasel deck. I think he actually had the Weasel deck at some point for Murakumo, if this isn't it. I'm looking at it right now. I remember he was testing out the Weasel. Looks like we've got some minor DP stuff going on, just more stuff that he was kind of, I guess, thinking and plotting for. Some random Grand Blue. Looks like just some upside down. Just more stuff that he just didn't know what to do with, that he had extras of. And it looks like we got some Aquaforce Strides in the back when we flip it. So we do have some Aquaforce Strides back here. I have no idea what any of these do, but they look really pretty. Especially these. And he's got the Stride. This is the Premium Collection 2019, if I'm not mistaken. He's got a Sea Breeze back here. and another grade 4. So it looks like just a bunch of stuff, just kind of random shenanigans. Alright, let me put all these back, and then we could quickly look through his binder. We're not gonna go crazy into it, just kind of gonna explore the binder, because I just think it's fun to just look at these things. I thought it'd be fun to do it with you guys, so we're gonna quickly hit that. So here's the big binder. I don't know if anything's in here, because it's actually very light. I have a similar big binder, and mine definitely is crying. So it looks like we got some Aquaforce stuff going on in here. Looks like we got more Aquaforce. I know he was really big into Aquaforce, so it's not very surprising. Do you see his Maelstrom that he was really into? There we go. So we do see the Maelstorms that he was, that was like one of the main decks he used to build out. So there they are. Everything from around that is just all the extra blue wing stuff that he was into. I remember that was a thing. I didn't know he liked shadows. It does seem like he has actually quite a bit of shadows going on here. I'm not seeing anything too crazy to point out. I know he was trying to build out Vanquisher at some points. That's probably why he has some Narukami stuff. I don't see his Vanquisher deck. He must have sold it to someone or gave it to someone. I just see he has his extra cards for this. It looks like he went for the Drill Dragon for a little bit with the Murakumo stuff, and I do remember actually opening this with him. This is more Vanquisher things. I mean Murakumo, I meant Narukami. But more Narukami stuff. I actually opened up one of those SPs. He did a big box opening for the Aquaforce and Revon. It was like Aquaforce, it was pretty much Revon and Vanquisher and some other things. And it was like a booster set with like those particular ones. It was right before the pandemic pretty much hit and pretty much paused everything. But I remember we were opening up 9 boxes or something like that, and I was making a whole meme out of it. I was like, okay, Kira Qual here with 9 deck boxes. So here we have some imaginary gifts. Let me open up this way. This is the second binder, by the way. More imaginary gifts over here. We got some Pale Moon stuff. I did notice, I looked briefly in here. We have some mermaid stuff here, but I think it's gonna change real fast. I think it's just kind of his random binder, but he has he has the SVR and a stage right here. Some more Pale Moon stuff. I have literally all this, so I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with all this stuff yet. See, we got some random premium shenanigans in here. What else? We got our band boy. We got some Grand Blue in here with we were gonna build Grand Blue for someone else. I don't know what happened to that. Like we were gonna build it for a friend of ours, and actually I gave some of the stuff too so we can help him build it, and I don't know what happened there. Oh yeah, he used to play Spike Brothers. I wonder what happened to that deck, because I don't see it in his stuff, but he was actually really big into Spike Brothers. Maybe he decided to keep it, I'm not really too sure. Because that was one of the main clans that he was focusing on. It was Spike Brothers and Aquaforce. So I actually forgot that he was a Spike Brothers player, to be honest. Ooh, Dimensional Creepers. Love seeing those. Love seeing those guys. This is like pretty much the DI Murakumo stuff that he had extras of. I see we got the plant tokens. He probably bought the trial. With the Arbros Dragon and stuff like that. What else we got? Just got more stuff. This random gold paladins, I believe. Stuff, yeah, from the looks of it. Oh yeah, because he was thinking about building the Fury. Just about building the Fury, the guy with the Soul Blast 10 do stuff thing. So I remember he was interested in that. I guess that changed his mind. Then we have some more of the Murakumo shenanigans with the weasels and some minor great nature stuff here. I believe that's really it. We got this is good. This is good stuff to have. Oh my gosh, is that a Bobo? That's a Bobo. I've been proxying this thing. Looks like I don't have to proxy it anymore. Dang, that's a Bobo. How exciting. I don't have to think about that anymore. I see, what is this, Kagero? I didn't even know he had Kagero stuff, but it looks like he does have some Kagero stuff. Maybe I can create a premium list out of Kagero. But we'll see. That's about it. I'm hyped to see that Bobo. Bobo went up like crazy if it's not completely sold out. Oh, wow, this is a really old heal trigger. And it's foiled. Pretty sure this is old. Pretty sure this is a really old heal. But it's foiled. It's so pretty. But yeah, that's it. That's it. That's pretty much the main stuff of his stuff. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything. The only thing I missed is the commons, but we're not gonna look at the commons. Let me go ahead and go back to my main screen. So let me go back to my intermission screen. So here we are back. to my intermission screen. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it's a little different. I just, you know, I got a bunch of cards. I thought it would be super cool to show you guys all the cards I got. I've also been moving. You can't really tell, but there's stuff back there. I used to have a shelf back there. The shelf's gone now. It's upstairs now, but I just have more moving stuff going on. And once the moving stops, I'll definitely be a little bit more available. That's the end of this video. Big shout out to my Star Wars friend, Star Wars man friend, who gave me all this stuff, just literally gave it to me to test out. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for letting me play around with it and see what I can do with it. And especially the Aquaforce stuff, like he spent a crazy amount of money back when Maelstrom was like 30 bucks, but just to even, you know, get into Vanguard. I really appreciate that he stuck around. I know he's going in a new chapter of his life and doing other things. He doesn't really have time for Vanguard right now, but I appreciate all the love and letting me be able to continue to share his cards with the world and being able to do whatever it is I want to do with them. But that, guys, thank you everybody for all the support, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Please keep on doing that. There's about 14% of you that are currently subscribed. The rest of you guys are just kind of chilling and watching me. So hit that subscribe button, get me to that 1K, because at that 1K, I can do some tours. I can do some room tours, some house tours, other stuff. I can also start doing polls and all the other things, and I'll just, you know, just more fun. That 1K is more fun, right? So hit me with that 1K. Other than that, guys, peace out. До свидания.